Dun, 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 dun. So it's a limited edition Alhambra bracelet in turquoise and diamond.
Either hate it or you love it. This is the Van Cleef Alhambra.
Elegant, expensive and instantly recognizable. But what makes this simple bracelet one of the most wanted pieces in the world? Let's talk about why everyone is obsessed with the Van Cleef Arpels Alhambra bracelet. Hi babes, my name's Taja, mother of twins, lover of luxe things and your guide for showing up with style and intention. It's pretty impossible to go anywhere fashion or beauty related on the internet and not come across a Van Cleef Arpels Alhambra bracelet. So I thought it would be interesting to discuss what makes people spend thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars for this particular style and how it has become the ultimate status symbol. It all started in 1968 in Paris. Van Cleef Arpels had already been known for their high-end dreamy jewelry, but they wanted to create something more wearable, more everyday, while still feeling luxurious. So they introduced the Alhambra collection. Inspired by the shape of a four-leaf clover, it's designed to be a symbol of luck, love, health and fortune. And its shape, the rounded quarterfoil, actually comes from Moorish architecture, especially the Alhambra Palace in Spain, which is where the collection got its name from. The first version was made with yellow gold and a beaded edge, featuring a polished piece of mother of pearl in the center, which is still one of the most popular styles today. It was instantly loved. Grace Kelly wore it, Romy Schneider wore it, pretty much anyone with particular taste and money in the 70s wore it. Over the years, Van Cleef Arpels have released different versions that include onyx, malachite, carnelian and even diamond pave. Each material gives off a completely different vibe, but the design stays the same. And over 50 years later, this design is still cherished and worn by many. The bracelet is notorious for being a subtle status symbol. Unlike some other luxury bracelets, the Alhambra bracelet can be worn quite quietly. Because it doesn't have any particular large logos or only any notable branding on it, it's very easy for somebody who is not particularly interested in luxury jewelry to not notice the Alhambra bracelet really. Although it may be easy for somebody who's not aware of it to overlook this bracelet, I'd argue that it is quite loud in that those who are aware of this bracelet or are aware of Van Cleef Arpels would definitely notice somebody wearing an Alhambra bracelet. It almost feeds into the if you know you know culture, because it does have an association with wealth, taste and timeless style for those who are aware of the brand. There are also some practical reasons to own it. Some consumers are really enamored with the rare materials and meticulous craftsmanship that comes with owning an Alhambra bracelet, and it is a piece of jewelry that is often passed down through generations. And depending on the model, the Alhambra bracelet does perform quite well in the resale market. According to Rebag, Alhambra pieces typically resell for 85% to 100% of their original retail price, with rare or limited edition styles sometimes selling above the original price. The Real also reports an impressive average resale value of 86% of the original price for an Alhambra bracelet, with 90% of pieces selling within 30 days. And there are some examples of premium resale performance. A limited edition malachite Alhambra necklace sold for twice its original price a decade later.
Unbox my mom's wedding present to me. Dun, 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 dun. Should we try it on? So you can obviously wear it like this, but what I like to do is the double wrap. Okay, this is how it looks on. I am absolutely obsessed. We were actually offered this necklace back in December, but they only sell one per household.
The Real has also reported that several mother of pearl 5-motif vintage Alhambra bracelets, originally retailing for around $4,600 to $5,550, are reselling for between $4,225 and $5,295. Sometimes just shy of their retail price. Price of a Van Cleef Arpels Alhambra bracelet can vary quite a lot depending on the model and style. Entry-level models, those with one motif and no diamonds, can start from around £1,360, and mid-tier pieces, those with the classic 5 motifs and mid-range materials, can vary from £4,700 to £5,000, and high-end versions with multiple motifs and diamonds or premium materials can range from anywhere between £10,000 and £15,000 upwards. And there have been some indications that Alhambra bracelets can range even higher, from £3,000 up to £56,000, depending on the style and gemstone diamond inclusion. There are quite wide price variations for a few reasons. and these mainly relate to design complexity. More motifs and materials like diamonds, malachite or carnelian naturally drive up costs. Also material quality. Simple gold and mother of pearl are entry points, while precious stones and diamonds move you into luxury territory. And also collection tier. The Sweet Alhambra line is intentionally minimalist and more accessible. Vintage and high jewelry versions command premium pricing. And so you may be wondering how the Alhambra holds its value so well. This is for a few reasons, one of them being its iconic design and brand prestige. The Alhambra collection is a signature collection with global recognition, which means that the Alhambra benefits from timeless appeal, and resale platforms consistently feature active demand and healthy pricing for Alhambra pieces. This is driven by the bracelet's ever-growing popularity. However, as a consequence, I'd argue that this bracelet is one of the most duped luxury jewelry pieces ever. If you've been on TikTok, Instagram, or even just walked through a trendy brunch spot lately, you've probably seen someone wearing this bracelet. Because of its simple design, it's pretty easy to replicate. That's why you'll find dupes everywhere. Etsy, DHgate, Instagram shops, and even some surprisingly convincing ones on resale platforms.
I have just bought a Van Cleef bracelet on Vinted. I've just bought a supposed Van Cleef bracelet on Vinted, and I'm gonna let you guess how much I paid for this said Van Cleef bracelet. Any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses? Well, I paid, let's see if I can move myself, £131.
Some are openly labelled as inspired by, while others are full-on fakes trying to pass as the real deal. And actually, some of these dupes, even the more affordable ones, have gotten really good. From a distance or even in a photo, they can look almost identical. And some of the pricing for the Alhambra bracelet definitely includes the value of the brand. So the raw materials for this does not equally reflect the price, which has led to some people who love the style of the bracelet to go to their local jewelers and have this design remade for a more affordable price.
Anytime I post any videos around designer jewelry brands versus jewelry made by private jewelers, I always get one person commenting saying that the craftsmanship from a private jeweler is not comparable compared to a designer jewelry brand. For the purpose of this video, I own a jewelry brand and I had our in-house jeweler create a replica of the Van Cleef Alhambra bracelet, and I'm going to show you details side by side of a real Van Cleef bracelet versus a replica, and you guys have to comment below and guess which one's which. Okay, here is a close-up of the two bracelets. Which one do you think is authentic and which one is the replica?
And actually, a lot of the time it is very difficult to distinguish between an authentic or a duped version. And with the more recent popularization of the quiet luxury trend or the old money trend and the clean girl aesthetic, the Alhambra bracelet, real or fake, is all over social media. And although Van Cleef and Arpels have had more recent scandals that have gone viral around their quality and tarnishing,
but it wasn't until like 2 months in is when I noticed my bracelet starting to tarnish, and I feel like ever since then my experience went downhill.
At this point, the condition it's in, I don't think it's going to get in any better.
Because I didn't even basically leave the store with it, and I'm like, what?
Did you put on perfume today?
No, I didn't put on any
lotion.
Perfume. No, I have no lotion on me.
This is not one of those which one of these is fake videos. These are both real, but as you can tell, they're not the same color.
It seems that this hasn't put the majority of people off wanting to own one of their bracelets. So what do you think about the Van Cleef & Arpels Alhambra bracelet? Do you own one? Do you want one? Is it featured on your wish list? Let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.